Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LEC matchup.
Large monsters and champions, so cooldown keeps ticking down. You get it again. That's why her clear can be really obnoxious and really quick, as we see on the screen with the CS difference.
I mean, the really involved in a lot of the meta, it was kind of this fringe pick that still you'd see Canyon bring it every so often, but
hang on a minute. This is a really good gank timer from GIANTX. He doesn't have level 6, but with the shove back, Jackie's only just gets that. GIANTX flash for that. His flash now down, and Jackie's, excuse me, doesn't burn a thing.
Nerves of steel, they're not flashing away. I thought he was going to flash away from the rock so then he could dash away to safety, but he holds it.
Oh, GIANTX as well. I mean, look, at least you lose the flash there and it feels bad, but you get a grub, you deny all three.
Oh, doesn't quite clip it, but at least does get the job done, which was to interrupt. Well, all he wanted to do was just stop Jackie's from resetting because he has to teleport to get it back into lane, so he gets that. Juhan gets GIANTX.
The shackles are out for the time being. I mean, this could be good with the Soul Siphon. The cooldown's already back on up, and now that the Tormented Shadow is sitting underneath, all you need is a binding, but Ignat does it for him. The Shattering Strike, and GIANTX off to a cracking start.
Juhan on this Morgana showing us why he's picking it as the engage continues. But the level 5 to 6 from GIANTX in. But again, with the Morgana jungle, you're just cycling your camps consistently and eventually playing for that huge lead in terms of farm.
And that's why I think there are windows, though, where GIANTX can try and punish. Like, oh, actually, maybe not right now, though.
There is the flash again on Trimby. This time, the Alistar's in this series have been willing to pull the trigger, so is this Vi jungle. But Ignat is taking up a lot of damage, and Juhan's now here. A binding that lands is good, but again, not enough for now. Soul Siphon helps get that Tormented Shadow down once more, but you can see Team Heretics are happy with the trade.
Nicely done by Heretics. You can see Trimby stepping up, making sure that he was in range. And I think the way GIANTX want to try and play the mid game right now is more like a hit and run style, right? Like, see if you can get Patrick.
Got him.
Oh, hang on, Juhan.
But for the binding, I mean, the Black Shield goes out, but GIANTX is going to wait for that. He flashes away because that second skin would launch it up, and now with no Black Shield, he's an easy target. Great patience from Team Heretics, and even finding Ignat on the chase through as he flashes over the wall. Team Heretics pull the go button, and they go well.
They find a nice pick onto the Morgana. Juhan had to flash away because he was scared of that Kaiser W popping a shield into the Vi ultimate. Still managed to find the pick on Juhan. That's going to convert nicely into a second dragon.
But this is where, again, I think Heretics right now are like in a really strong situation where they've got like great pick potential with GIANTX and Spyro in that combo, like Flakked able to follow up. They are really good when it comes to these early skirmishes, so I don't think you want to try and play for them. You should be playing for arrows like this. Where
no.
Jackie's done as well.
But he still gets the ulti out, which means movement speed, so Flash comes through. Like, Jackie for the trade. The arrow is good, and yes, it does indeed. The Antonio still won't set up. This wave and turret are still going to be dropping down.
Stops the resets on both, though. GIANTX's now in a bit of a precarious situation, so I think GIANTX try to see if maybe they can go for the tier 2 on top, but I don't think it's enough to make sure that they're starting this before they continue to lose out of the map.
Yeah, and it all hinges on that pick potential of Team Heretics. Can they find the pick, the single target burst of the Vi and the Talia combo with Flakked diving in?
We're really going to decide the game here. Turret goes down top, and you can see Wonder standing still because he wants to TP in for the game. The Weaver's Ball is out. Call the Forge God doesn't connect on the other side. Trimmy goes into the engage. The dive from Flakked. The kinematics is there finally, but on the back end, GIANTX is dead. GIANTX open up the kill, and Wonder now comes in late, but he's getting whittled down. He gets one as he flashes on top of Patrick, but getting burnt down. The XD comes in, and Patrick's flash was incredible. He gets on out as Flakked on the back end has to run for his life. The Dark Binding doesn't connect, but a disconnected fight from Team Heretics.
Yeah. Like, this is an elimination game for both these sides. Season finals is not even guaranteed for the winner, but at least it puts you in a significantly better spot. And now Heretics are in position to threaten the tier 2. The Antonio just ulting to clear the wave and buy a little bit more time for Jackie's.
Mitigating any damage on this tower, not being able to use the gloves as well. Flakked.
No way, he's slowed down. I mean, with approach velocity and the burn almost killing him. Flakked gets out, but he's taken to an inch of his life as GIANTX kite back. Team Heretics had top control. They're into fog of war right now. Ignat has to be careful. He runs in, and maybe getting caught out here ain't what you want. Ignat drops on down. You knew Team Heretics were there. Mistake after mistake, really deciding the year.
And you have Jackie's down in bot side trying to take farm, consistently counter jungling. You could just play with him in the side lane and play safe and not die, and that way he's getting consistently fed. You have the AD carry soloing it out.
That's big, right?
That's the thing. GIANTX have great turning tools, but they're not pulling it off. They managed to get a flash out of GIANTX, but that's it. It's not enough.
And now the dance is done. Heretics got the dragon. They're basically able to continue tier 2. Heretics, they need to find the engage.
Yeah, look at the flank ward behind. There's a ward that Wunder can TP to if he wants to.
Oh man, he's going to use the Hex Gate for now. At least GIANTX is the one who's going to do the flanking, but GIANTX looking for the turn. They're not hitting the Baron anymore. Call the Forge God is there. Weaver's Wall as well. GIANTX buffs it with his own ulti. The Daity's there from Flacken, but he gets knocked up. The Antonio and yet another team fight. Bops heads. Jackies gets over the wall. Meanwhile, Wunder comes in, but gets rooted up. Team Heretics again, another team fight where they're here, they're there, and now nowhere as the Baron returns.
And just like that, Heretics find themselves down against GIANTX in their decider game. The TP coming back in from Jackies. Spyro desperately trying to keep GIANTX away from this Baron.
As GIANTX, they're quite low, but again, Jackies TP'd in. Trimby has to engage. There's not much hope for good sizing shot, but Jackies finds a kill. Trimby, without his ulti that was burned before, will drop to a double. Low on the Baron. GIANTX may have kept their dreams in playoffs alive.
Just 7 seconds until that one comes back up and available. I thought he was just going to go over the wall on towards Jackies, but they're able to force back Heretics once again and deny Soul from Heretics.
Heretics under so much pressure. Look at the top wave as well. It's absolutely stacked. The snipe tries to come in for that steal. You can see kind of the Pokemon condition of Flackid coming through as well, but it isn't quite there in time for that fight, and now the Baron Siege is here.
I mean, the Siege, you said, it's going to be painful. Mid finally drops after both teams been hitting Aram for the past, what, 10, 15 minutes as well. We've been sitting there watching as the push and pull is finally over. 4K gold lead, and Baron's side lane is nasty for GIANTX.
But this is where you get to abuse that little bit of extra range you have with the Morgana. Like,
and dusted Jackies 4 items on this carry. They can go back and catch that top wave if they want to, or they can keep barreling it down.
A quick double AD carry. I mean, getting the smart move. Are you going to sacrifice it for the soul? 5 seconds, it's still spawning. Baron goes down.
They can rush it down.
How long will it take? I mean, Dragon Soul is huge, but Team Heretics arrow flies through. Flacken's going to get hit here. He doesn't cleanse, he holds on. The Weaver's Wall zones them off, and Team Heretics, in their dying moment, still find a way to breathe. Soul is
they need
forever.
to get out, though.
Baron is temporary.
Can they get out here? The TP comes through. Nash for Soul is always Soul favored. Let's see if they can fight.
I mean, Trimby has ult, has flash to get away.
Oh,
Antonio! He flashes, but so Jackies does as well. He flies through, he electrocutes, he finds a breathing light in the middle of the fight, and Wunder comes in late. But man, with a quadra kill out when they needed him most, as much as Patrick is a scumbag for taking it, Jackies flies.
I don't think GIANTX will care. Patrick, and with Jackies having that play, may have just guaranteed themselves season finals.
It's crazy that one moment decided it all. They gave over the soul so that they could continue in the summer playoffs.
These were the best highlights from today's LEC matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.